Welcome to the Adobe After Effects camera tutorial. This video will be going over how to utilize the camera system in After Effects. So to begin, let's go over some things about the camera. The camera within most programs is usually a 3D entity, meaning that it moves in all three axes, X, Y, and Z. So if you have any knowledge of camera systems from programs of, let's say, 3ds Max, Maya, Cinema 4D, Sony Vegas, Flash, or any program that has a virtual camera system, all those principles from those programs can be applied to After Effects. So with all that being said, let's go over how to set it up and use it. So within After Effects, creating a camera is actually fairly simple. Just go up to Layer, New, and select Camera. This will bring up the camera settings dialog. It is here where you can change the different presets to your camera in order to achieve different effects. Now that we have our camera layer in our timeline, it's partially ready to be animated. Instead of trying to animate things like its position and rotation on the layer itself, instead what we're going to be doing is parenting a null object to the camera. If you do, however, animate your camera's transform, you will run into the problem of your camera skewing your image. What's happening here is that the point of interest is staying stationary while your camera freely moves in 3D space. By adding a null object, it will move both your camera and your point of interest at the same time. So essentially, adding a null object makes your camera act as a dolly. So to create a null, there are two ways to do this. One is to go to Layer, New, and Null Object, and then manually parent the camera to the null object. The second option is to right-click the camera that's in your timeline and go to Camera, New Orbital Null. This will automatically create and parent a null object to the selected camera. So everything setup-wise is finished. It is literally those two steps. Make a camera and parent it to a null object. Next up, how to utilize it. Now because we've added a null object, you'll see on your screen in the middle of your composition lies this box. This is the null object that you will be animating. If you select the null object and keyframe its positioning, that is how you go about giving movement to your stationary camera. Animating the camera is really just animating its position. And that draws us to the end of this tutorial. I've essentially showed you how I go about setting up and using the camera in After Effects. Pretty straightforward, and when used, it can yield some pretty awesome results. But that's how you use the camera in After Effects. Thanks for watching, you guys.